Have you ever stopped to wonder if your body is whispering secrets about how many years you have left to live? It's a haunting thought, isn't it? Most of us assume life expectancy is a cold, fixed number, etched into our DNA like a countdown clock we can't see. But the truth is far more intimate and far more revealing. Your body isn't just a vessel carrying you through life. It's a storyteller, etching subtle clues into your skin, your muscles, your breath. These aren't vague hints or old wives' tales. They're precise signals, backed by science, about your health and how long you might walk this earth. Some are so quiet, so easy to dismiss as just aging, that we barely notice them until it's too late. Yet researchers have uncovered that certain physical changes can predict your lifespan with eerie accuracy, pulling back the curtain on what's happening deep within your heart, your lungs, your very cells. In this journey we're about to take together, I'm going to unveil 5 crucial signs your body might be sending you. Signs that could hint at how many years you have left. These aren't random quirks or fleeting aches. They're deeply tied to the systems that keep you alive. Your heart's steady rhythm, the strength in your hands, the oxygen in your lungs, even the way your skin stitches itself back together after a scrape. If you spot these signs in yourself, don't turn away in fear. See them as a call to action, a chance to rewrite your story. Because here's the beautiful twist. Understanding these warnings isn't just about facing mortality, it's about seizing control. In many cases, these signals aren't death sentences, they're opportunities. With the right steps, you can shift the narrative, adding not just years, but vibrant, healthy years to your life. So stay with me until the end. By the time we're done, you'll look at your body differently, not as a mystery, but as a map. You'll know what it's trying to tell you, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Let's dive in and uncover these 5 signs together. They might just change everything. Number 1, grip strength decline. Picture this. You reach for a jar of pickles in the kitchen, twist the lid, and nothing. Your hand slips, weaker than you remember, and a flicker of frustration ripples through you. I'm just getting older, you tell yourself, brushing it off. But what if that faltering grip is more than a minor annoyance? What if it's a whisper from your body about how long you might live? Scientists have discovered that grip strength, the power in your handshake, the firmness of your hold, isn't just about muscles. It's a startlingly clear window into your overall health, reflecting the vitality of your heart, the efficiency of your circulation, and even your odds of a long life. A weakening grip isn't a small thing. It's a red flag waving in the wind, signaling declining muscle mass, sluggish blood flow, and a heightened risk of serious trouble, heart disease and strokes, even premature death. Studies paint a sobering picture. People with a frail grip are far more likely to leave this world sooner than those whose hands remain steady and strong. It's not just about brute force. It's about what that force represents. Meet George Tiem, a 75-year-old with a weathered face and hands that once told tales of a life well lived. George was a builder by trade, a man who spent decades hammering nails, lifting beams, and fixing what was broken. His handshake was legendary among his friends, a firm clasp that said, "I'm here and I'm solid. But lately, something's shifted. Over the past few years, George has noticed the world feels heavier. Opening jars takes 2 hands now, and the grocery bags he once hefted with ease drag at his arms. His handshake, once a point of pride, has softened, leaving him unsettled. At first, he chalked it up to the inevitable march of time. After all, 75 isn't 25. But what George doesn't know is that his fading grip is more than a sign of age. It's a story his body is telling, one of muscles slipping away faster than it should, of a heart that's pumping with less vigor, of a system quietly losing its fight against time. Grip strength is what scientists call a biomarker of aging, a measurable clue to how well your body is holding up. As we age, we all lose muscle naturally, a process called sarcopenia. But when that loss accelerates, it's a warning. Poor circulation can starve muscles of oxygen, frayed nerves can weaken their signals, and inflammation can erode their resilience. A weak grip has been linked to a cascade of dangers: heart attacks that strike without warning, cognitive decline that clouds the mind, even falls that shatter bones and steal independence, one of the leading causes of death for older adults. The beauty of this sign, though, is its simplicity. You don't need a doctor's office or a high-tech scan to test it. Squeeze a friend's hand, twist a stubborn lid, grip a rubber ball. Feel the strength or the lack of it. If it's slipping away faster than it used to, it's not just your hands growing tired, it's your whole body sounding an alarm. But here's where hope enters the frame. Muscle loss isn't a life sentence. George could change his story, and so can you. Regular strength training, lifting weights, squeezing a stress ball, even carrying those groceries with purpose, can rebuild what's been lost. Pair that with a diet rich in protein. Think lean meats, eggs, or a hearty lentil stew. And staying active. And you're not just strengthening your hands, you're fortifying your heart, sharpening your mind, lengthening your life. For George, it might mean reclaiming the pride in his handshake, the joy of tinkering in his workshop without fatigue. For you, it could mean years of independence, of lifting grandkids or tending a garden unbowed by weakness. The bottom line is this: if your grip feels softer than it once did, don't let it slide. It's not just about jars or handshakes, it's about staying alive, staying you. Your hands are telling you something profound. Listen to them. Act on it. Strength isn't just power, it's possibility. Number 2, walking speed, slowing down. Now imagine this. You're strolling through the park on a crisp autumn day, leaves crunching underfoot, the air sharp with the scent of pine. A few years ago, your stride was brisk, purposeful. You could keep pace with the world around you, maybe even outpace it. But lately, something's changed. Your steps feel heavier, slower, like you're wading through invisible mud. You tell yourself it's nothing, just the years piling up, the natural slowing of a body that's carried you this far. But what if that leisurely pace is more than a sign of age? What if it's your body tapping you on the shoulder, urging you to pay attention to how many years you have left? Research has uncovered a striking truth. How fast you walk isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's a mirror reflecting your overall health, a predictor of how long you might live. Scientists have found that seniors who shuffle along at a sluggish pace face a far higher risk of heart disease, cognitive decline, and even an early goodbye compared to those who move with a steady, confident stride. Walking speed isn't a trivial detail. It's a symphony of your body's deepest systems, your heart pumping blood, your lungs drawing breath, your muscles flexing in harmony, your brain firing signals to keep it all in rhythm. When that tempo slows, it's not just your legs lagging behind. It's a sign that something bigger is faltering. Let's meet Frank, an 80-year-old with a twinkle in his eye and a love for life that's always shone through his daily walks. Frank's a retired schoolteacher, a man who spent his career chasing after kids on playgrounds and leading nature hikes with his grandkids on weekends. His walk was his signature, quick, upbeat, a rhythm that matched his boundless curiosity. But over the past few years, Frank's noticed a shift. Those walks that once felt like a dance now feel like a chore. He used to zip around the block with his grandkids trailing behind, their laughter ringing in his ears. Now, he's the one lagging, watching their small figures disappear around corners. Crossing the street takes longer, and a short stroll to the mailbox leaves him winded, his chest tight with effort. "It's just age," he mutters, kicking a pebble with a sigh. But what Frank doesn't see is that his slowing pace is a story unfolding, a tale of muscles weakening, a heart straining to keep up, a body quietly pleading for help. Doctors call walking speed the sixth vital sign for a reason. It's a snapshot of so much: heart function, lung capacity, muscle strength, even the sharpness of your mind. A slower gait often means weaker legs, poorer balance, a subtle loss of coordination, small shifts that can snowball into big risks. Falls become more likely, fracturing hips or spirits. Studies show that a noticeable drop in walking speed, especially over a short time, can hint at hidden threats. Cardiovascular trouble brewing in your arteries, the early fog of dementia settling in, or a loss of mobility that locks you in a shrinking world. It's not just about speed, it's about survival. The data is stark. Those who walk slower don't just move less, they live less. But here's the light, breaking through the clouds. Your pace isn't carved in stone. Frank doesn't have to accept this as his new normal, and neither do you. Regular walks, brisk ones with purpose, can wake up those sleepy muscles. Leg exercises, like squats or a gentle climb up the stairs, can rebuild strength. Staying active, even in small ways, can tune the orchestra of your body back to its old rhythm. For Frank, it might mean keeping up with his grandkids again, feeling the wind on his face as he strides through the park, reclaiming the joy of movement. For you, it could mean more mornings watching the sunrise, more evenings chasing fireflies with the people you love. If you've noticed your steps slowing, maybe it takes longer to reach the car, or you shy away from walks you once craved, don't shrug it off. It's not just about how fast you move, it's about how well your body is carrying you through life. Consider it a wake-up call, a nudge to act before the tempo fades entirely. Your legs are telling you they want to keep going. Help them. If this resonates with you, drop a number 2 in the comments below. I'd love to know you're here. walking this path with me. Let's keep moving forward together. Number 3, frequent shortness of breath. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel the air rush in, cool and steady, filling your lungs like a quiet promise of life. Now imagine that breath faltering, cut short, shallow, leaving you grasping for more. If you've started to feel winded, doing things that once felt effortless, climbing a flight of stairs, carrying a basket of laundry, even chatting with a friend over coffee, it's easy to wave it away. I'm out of shape, you might think, or it's just part of getting older. But what if that shortness of breath is more than a passing inconvenience? What if it's your body raising its voice, warning you about the years slipping through your fingers? Frequent shortness of breath isn't just a sign of a lazy afternoon or a skipped workout. Science tells us it can be an early alarm bell for serious trouble. Heart disease, lung damage, poor circulation. Conditions that don't just steal your wind, but can shorten your lifespan. Many of us assume breathlessness creeps in with age, like gray hair or creaky joints, a natural footnote to the years. But the truth is sharper. When your body struggles to pull in enough oxygen, it's not just aging, it's accelerating. That gasping sensation could be a clue that your heart's faltering, your lungs are fraying, or your blood's not flowing as it should. Ignore it, and you might miss the chance to turn things around. Let's step into the life of Robert, a 77-year-old with a gentle smile and a backyard garden that's been his sanctuary for decades. Robert's mornings used to be a ritual of quiet joy. He'd pull on his faded overalls, grab his trowel, and spend hours tending roses, yanking weeds, and coaxing tomatoes from the soil. The sun on his face, the earth under his nails, it was his way of feeling alive. But lately, that rhythm's broken. He'll kneel to prune a bush, and suddenly his chest tightens, his breath coming in quick, shallow bursts. A short walk to the shed leaves him leaning against the wall, panting, waiting for the world to steady. At first, he blamed the summer heat. Then his age, 77, isn't 40 after all. But what Robert doesn't realize is that his shortness of breath isn't just a nuisance. It's a spotlight on a deeper struggle. His heart and lungs, once tireless partners, are losing their stride. Shortness of breath is like a thread unraveling from the fabric of your health. It often starts small, feeling winded after stairs, needing a break during a walk, sensing your lungs can't quite fill. But beneath that surface lies a tangle of possibilities. Heart failure might be the culprit, a condition where the heart can't pump blood with its old vigor, letting fluid pool in the lungs until every breath feels like a battle. Or it could be chronic lung disease, where scarred airways choke the flow of oxygen, leaving your body starved. Over time, these quiet thieves sap your energy, blur your focus, and, if unchecked, can spiral into emergencies that catch you off guard. Studies are clear. People who develop breathlessness, even mild, face a steeper risk of leaving this world sooner than those who breathe easy. What makes this sign so sneaky is how it hides in plain sight. Robert didn't notice it creeping up. Just a little less stamina, a few more pauses. Many of us do the same, chalking it up to life instead of listening closer. But here's the lifeline. Catching it early can change everything. If you find yourself huffing more than you used to, don't let it slide. Talk to a doctor, check your heart, test your lungs. Simple steps can help. Breathing exercises to strengthen your chest, a daily walk to boost your fitness, managing pressures like hypertension that strain your system. For Robert, it might mean reclaiming his garden, feeling the soil between his fingers without that desperate gasp. For you, it could mean more days laughing with loved ones, climbing hills, chasing dreams, unburdened by a chest that won't cooperate. Breathing deeply isn't just a luxury, it's a cornerstone of living long and well. If you're struggling to catch your breath, it's not a small thing. It's your body begging for attention, asking you to fight for the years ahead. Don't wait until the air runs out. Act now. Your lungs are counting on you. Number 4, skin healing slower than before. Think about the last time you nicked your finger slicing an apple or scraped your knee tripping over a root. Remember how quickly the skin knit itself back together. Redness fading, a scab forming, then vanishing like a memory. It's a quiet miracle we take for granted, the way our bodies mend without fanfare. But what happens when that miracle slows down? If you've noticed that cuts linger longer, bruises bloom and refuse to fade, or scrapes take weeks instead of days to heal, it might feel like a minor frustration, just another sign of time marching on. But beneath the surface, it's more than that. Your skin, that tough, loyal shield, could be whispering a profound truth about how many years you have left. Scientists have found that the speed of your skin's healing isn't just about scratches or vanity. It's a startlingly clear signal of your body's deeper health. It's tied to your immune system's vigor, your circulation's strength, even how well your cells repair themselves. When wounds dawdle, it's not just your skin slacking off. It's a sign that the intricate machinery keeping you alive is winding down. A warning that aging might be gaining ground faster than you think. Slow healing doesn't just leave you marked. It can hint at risks lurking beneath, threats that could shorten your story if you don't listen. Meet Barbara, an 82-year-old with silver hair and a laugh that still lights up a room. Barbara's always been a whirlwind, sewing quilts for her grandkids, baking pies for church suppers, tending a porch full of geraniums that spill over with color. She's lived a life of motion, her hands and heart always busy. But a few months ago, something shifted. She bumped her shin against a chair while rearranging the living room. A sharp sting, a purple bloom of a bruise. In her younger years, it would have faded in days, a fleeting mark. Now, weeks later, it's still there, a stubborn shadow on her skin. A small scratch from pruning her roses, once gone, in a blink, festers and lingers. The edges roar longer than they should be. It's just old age, she tells herself, adjusting her glasses with a shrug. But what Barbara doesn't see is that her slow healing skin is a quiet cry from her body, a sign that her circulation's weakening, her immune system's tiring, her resilience fraying at the edges. Your skin is more than a canvas. It's your first line of defense, a living testament to how well your body fights and fixes itself. When healing drags, it's often because blood flow's faltering, delivering less oxygen and nutrients to patch the damage. That sluggishness might stem from diabetes, heart disease, or simply a cardiovascular system that's lost its youthful snap. Then there's the immune system, the unsung hero that battles infection and rebuilds tissue. As we age, it weakens, leaving wounds vulnerable longer, turning small injuries into open doors for trouble. The real danger isn't just the scratch itself, it's what it invites. Infections can creep in, escalating into sepsis, a life-threatening storm where the body's own defenses turn against it. Studies bear this out. Seniors whose skin heals slowly face more complications, more hospital stays, and too often fewer years than those whose bodies mend with speed. But here's the thread of hope woven into this tale. Slow healing isn't a final verdict. Barbara could rewrite her chapter, and so can you. Movement, simple walks, stretching can coax blood back into lazy veins. Hydration and a plate piled with greens, berries, and lean protein can fuel repair. If diabetes or heart trouble's in the mix, managing them well can turn the tide. For Barbara, it might mean fewer lingering bruises, more days stitching quilts without worry. For you, it could mean a body that bounces back, a shield that holds strong. Your skin's ability to heal isn't just a surface story. It's a reflection of how well you're aging inside. If cuts and bruises are overstaying their welcome, don't brush it off as normal. It's your body tapping you on the shoulder, asking for care. Act now. Your skin's telling you it's time to fight for the years ahead. If this hits home, drop a number 4 in the comments. I'd love to know you're still with me, feeling these truths unfold. Number 5. Sudden weight loss without trying. Picture yourself stepping onto the scale one morning, the numbers blinking up at you in the soft dawn light. You haven't changed a thing. No new diet, no extra walks, and yet the digits are lower than they were a month ago. Your clothes hang looser, your belt cinches tighter, and a flicker of confusion, or maybe pride, passes through you. I must be doing something right, you think, or perhaps it's just age. But what if that unexplained weight loss isn't a gift? What if it's your body sounding a siren, a desperate signal about the years you have left? Sudden, unintentional weight loss isn't the triumph we often imagine, especially as we grow older. Studies reveal a chilling link. In seniors, shedding pounds without trying is tied to higher mortality rates, a red flag waving over muscle wasting, malnutrition, or hidden illness. It's not about vanity or fitting into old jeans. It's about what's disappearing beneath the surface. Muscle, strength, vitality, the very things that keep you standing tall, can slip away unnoticed, leaving you fragile in ways you don't yet feel. When the scale drops without reason, it's rarely good news. It's a plea from your body to look closer. Let's meet Harold, an 81-year-old with a quiet dignity and a life etched in steady routines. Harold's always been a creature of habit. Oatmeal at dawn, a newspaper by the window, a stroll to the corner store for a chat with the clerk. His weights held firm for decades, a reliable constant through marriages, moves, and milestones. But over the past few months, something's shifted. His jeans sag at the waist, his shirts drape like curtains, and when he steps on the scale, he's down nearly 10 pounds. No crash diets, no gym memberships, just a slow, silent drift. At first, he brushes it off. Maybe his appetite's dulled. Maybe it's the natural thinning of age. But what Harold doesn't know is that his body's whispering a warning. He's not just losing fat, he's losing muscle, the scaffolding of his strength. And that's a story with a steeper ending than he imagines. Unexplained weight loss is a thief with many masks. One face is muscle atrophy, where the body cannibalizes its own tissue, stripping away the power that wards off falls and fights fatigue. Another is malnutrition, sneaking in even when you eat. Aging bodies grow less adept at soaking up nutrients, and too little protein can erode you from within. But the darkest shadow is disease, cancer, heart failure, thyroid chaos. Even dementia's early stirrings can melt pounds away before other signs surface. The numbers don't lie. Studies show a drop of 5% or more of your body weight in a short span can signal trouble, a predictor of decline that steals years if ignored. Yet here's the lifeline. This sign doesn't have to be your fate. Harold could reclaim his ground, and so can you. Notice your energy. Do you feel weaker, less hungry, more tired? Track your weight. And if it's slipping without cause, don't wait. Talk to a doctor. Root out the why. Boost your meals with protein, eggs, fish, a warm bowl of quinoa, and move your body to rebuild what's lost. For Harold, it might mean tightening his belt for the right reasons, feeling steady on his walks again. For you, it could mean more seasons of vigor, more moments of standing strong. Weight loss without effort isn't a victory. It's a call to act. Answer it, and you might rewrite the years ahead. Final thoughts. Now that we've walked this path together, pause and listen to your own body. Have you felt these whispers? The grip that falters, the steps that slow, the breath that catches, the skin that lingers, the weight that fades? These aren't random echoes of age. They're your body's language, backed by science, telling you how well you're holding on and how long you might stay. Most of us miss these clues, too busy or too dismissive to hear, but you're here now, seeing them for what they are. Not just warnings, but windows. Windows to peek inside, to see what's shifting, and best of all, to change it. Think about George squeezing a ball to reclaim his handshake. Frank striding with his grandkids through the park. Robert breathing deep in his garden. Barbara watching bruises fade as she sews. Harold steadying his frame with every bite. These aren't just signs of decline, they're chances to rise. Aging isn't a straight fall, it's a dance, and you hold the steps. Strength training can bolster your grip, walks can quicken your pace, breathing exercises can ease your lungs, nutrition can heal your skin, checkups can catch the unseen. Every move you make today stitches more life into tomorrow. Vibrant, independent, yours. So what's your body telling you? Take a moment. Feel your hands. Test your stride. Draw a breath. Touch your skin. Step on the scale. These small acts could shift everything. Share your thoughts below. What struck you most, and how will you use it? Your voice fuels this journey, and I'd love to hear it. If this resonated, like, subscribe, share. It keeps us going, bringing you stories that inform and inspire. Thank you for being here. Your body's speaking. Listen close. act bold, and let's meet again soon.